My eyes burn! My throat burns! Oh no, I missed! No! Yes! No! God dang it! Hey everyone, welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. I know it's been a very long time since we played this game too. I don't know what we're gonna do. I got a couple road racing events that I need to complete. We got a couple I say the stories; those are gonna be in their own dedicated videos. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing a series essentially called Road to 100, which is finishing. Still control. Anyway, it's basically going to be dedicated to completing this game in its entirety, or at the very least everything that I really care about, which is pretty much all of the main events and all of the story. I say all the story, again, those are going to be in their own separate videos, but yeah, so let's see what we got going on here as far as new events. Oh, and also the danger signs and stuff, because I got no end of those that I need to complete as well. Let's see. City Escape. I think we'll probably end up making that its own video for the most part. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know they had one for that. Well, we're just going to fast travel that, actually, because what I'm going to do, something I haven't normally done, but what I am going to do is try to use a different car for each video in this series. So this might be the sort of unofficial beginning of Forza Horizon 5 Road to 100. And really just the Forza title, so I got to finish 4 and 3 as well. But as I was saying, we're going to end up using a bunch of different cars for these races, so it's not just the same thing every time. Let me see here. I'm not entirely sure what class. Okay, so we're going to just use whatever recommended car. I want to say B class, and you know what? Let's go for the Monaro. I think that'll be pretty interesting to drive. Alright, so, first race of the video, Horizon Stadium Circuit. I wonder what cars it's going to put me in against. It should be muscle. Is it all just It's all Monaros. Why? Why? It's a B class Australian muscle car. You really mean to tell me there wasn't anything else you could put me up with? I'm pretty sure, don't we have, okay, the Cobra R, if I remember correctly, that's A class. But there's no Catfish, Camaro, no, this is, to some extent, this is the GTO, but I'm very surprised and disappointed there's nothing, like, there's no B-class AMG Mercs to put this up against either. Okay. Brake hard into, oh, okay, well, there you go, a Magnum. See, exactly, that makes sense. See, this is why they should have kept the price, even though functionally it's the same as the Magnum. Well, mostly the same as the Magnum. So the Magnum comes from the 6.1 SRT era, whereas the 300 SRT in Forza after Motorsport 4 was the 6.4 version, which should still be, especially nowadays, should absolutely be a B-class car. So again, good job Forza in not having more car. I like how it has a wing on it though. Like why? Not that there's going to be no benefit, but I'm kind of curious as to why that has a wing and some of the other cars don't. But whatever. Here we're going to turn tight. I'm trying to get on the gas. Very tail happy. Near 7,000 RPM red line. I'm going to brake. I wonder if it also has a splitter on it. I wouldn't think so, but I'm kind of wishing I had the wing, to be honest. Or actually more rear tire with grip. Okay. Alright. Still holding on. Felt like a four-wheel slide for a second. I'm going to dive up to the inside. His forehead. I wasn't trying to wreck-fest him, but... Oh, he does! Oh my god! The AI does have splitter. That's... The Magnum is fast. It should have about the same power as me. I should be lighter. But these Magnums are actually very, very brisk. I'm going to swap to this side. I'm going to go into second here. Hope he's not on the inside. No. Good. Hold it. Get on the gas now. Good, good. We're gonna dive up the inside. Perfect. We're at 4th now. Last lap. Okay, we're in 3rd. I might be able to live with a 2nd place, to be honest. Just gotta stay. Stop sliding, stop sliding. Wait. Oh my god, he slowed down. I don't know why. 2nd place. Not bad. Really not bad. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Okay. I think I can live with that. It was a Monaro at the front. Okay. Got it. Not terrible. Not great. I think we'll move on to the next. We'll move on to the next event and see how we do. Alrighty. Now, I'm pretty sure there was another tarmac event. Yeah, right over here. Cloverleaf Sprint Rookie. Okay, versus Pro. So this is a point-to-point. Rather than a circuit race, it's a point-to-point. This is getting interesting. I wonder what cars it's going to recommend for that. Just for... Ooh, okay, it's called a... Don't... Just for this episode of Road to 100, what I'm going to do is just jump into whatever it recommends me without upgrading. In future installments in the series, though, well, probably after the 2nd episode, whatever it recommends to me, we'll go purchase, provided I have that car. We'll go purchase it and then upgrade it to whatever the top of the class is and then begin racing. And that will more likely than not become its own video. It depends on how long it takes to build the car. Really depends on how long it takes to build the car, but it probably will be its own, it might be its own video. Just a short little, like, 5-minute build episode. Or maybe it'll be a short. Maybe I'll leave it as a short. Anyway, though, I'll see you all in the next event. Alrighty, everyone, we are back for that point-to-point race. I chose the Volvo... What is it? I don't think it's the V70. But anyway, I chose the Volvo S60... Or no, V60, there it is. The V60 Polestar. I really haven't driven this car in very, very, very... Honestly, I don't even remember if I've actually ever driven it once, or for maybe more than a minute and a half. So I thought this would be a really interesting car to drive and see how it races. It's all-wheel drive. It's sort of like the... Call it like a wagon predecessor to the Focus RS, even though the cars aren't related. It's a spiritual predecessor in a sense. I like the grip so far. I didn't know we had Jag XCs in this race. Why didn't you give me the option for that? I would have chose that because I haven't driven that in a while either. Also, if ever. Pretty good pace. The other nice thing about basically randomizing the cars that I choose, A, gets me... Oh, okay, I went way too fast there. Gets me used to more cars, and then B, forces me to drive in different classes, because if it were up to me, I'd probably either drive my A-Class Gen 2 or whatever S to S, well, S1 to S2 Gen 5 or Gen 4 I have available, so... And from an entertainment standpoint, that obviously helps in stopping the races from being relatively monotonous in car sounds and such, and in what the AI drive. That understeer was ridiculous. You know what what I'm really liking about this V60 right now, and it's such a small, inconsequential thing, is the fact that it has blue stitching on the steering wheel. That is really, really cool. I quite like that. I wish my Dart had that, to be honest. Well, to be fair, it has a urethane steering wheel, so it doesn't have any stitching, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And I know some of you are probably saying, you could get a steering wheel cover and that would fix it. Yes, but I just don't trust steering wheel covers. I know that I think you're supposed to heat them up and then kind of graft it over the steering wheel and all that so that it fits, but also doesn't slip around. But I really just personally don't trust it. I can't catch up. We're gonna have to restart this one so I can actually, win at least one race in this video. But yeah, I don't trust it. I really don't trust the steering wheel covers. I'd have to, maybe I'll go into the Colorado Cars and Coffee group and ask if anyone has a steering wheel cover and if they typically slide around. Because that would also worry me when it's like 5 degrees outside, which, considering where I live, it was a little while ago. It was actually 5 degrees outside, and no car or human were enjoying that temperature. And it didn't snow. Well, at one point it had snowed, and it was about that cold. But before that weather front, I was going to just throw it up the inside. I mean, it worked, kind of. I was hoping to not hit anybody. But anyway, We had, like, South Dakota temperatures without... Did I miss that checkpoint? They're so cringe. We had South Dakota temperature a little while ago, but no snow. It was actually completely bone dry, except for it being cold enough to freeze water the minute you throw it out a bucket. So, you know, that was fun. I liked it. It was great. I swear. Colorado weather gets more and more ridiculous each year. I didn't break enough. Okay. I should have, considering I'm on a very tight line compared to the others, but I thought it was going to be a faster corner. It is not. Now, because it's AI, we're going to throw racing rules kind of out the window here. I really need to catch that pole star, that other pole star, that other blue pole star. Like that. There's a nice dark green one, actually, somewhere down the field. I didn't know they sold a green one. I believe, doesn't this era of Volvo use the... I could have sworn it used the 5-cylinder turbo engine that we saw in the previous generation, in Europe anyway, in the previous generation Focus RS. There we go. There we go. Okay. Getting across. Good. Nice. Now we're going to race properly here. The reason I'm being a little bit jerky, frankly, and I don't mean as in unsmooth, I mean mean with my driving, is that I don't have my headset on right now, so I can't exactly hear what I'm doing. And the reason for that is because I have a headset, but my hair still has not recovered. And I know it's going to be a very lame sort of excuse, but my hair still hasn't quite recovered from all those years of me gaming with the headset. So there's still a little bit of a divot, and there's like one or two minorly noticeable patches here and there that I'm still trying to let grow back, basically. So no headset. I'm not going bald or anything. Now, if you guys have seen the... Oh, well, I was wearing a hat now. But even the Rendezvous 2024 video, which is relatively recent, I'm not losing my hair. I'm just trying not to exacerbate the potential of me losing any more hair. So I need to go grab some earbuds instead. Imagine they make gaming earbuds. That would be very possibly about the saddest thing. Maybe the saddest thing I've ever seen, because what are you going to cram? Other than a microphone, what are you going to cram into an earbud to make it better for gaming? And that's actually, that kind of reminds me of something that I saw. I don't know if it was on TikTok or Instagram, but they were talking about the scam that gaming headsets are, because a lot of gaming headsets aren't as good as just straight up, I think the slang term is like audiophile headsets, and it's basically people who, that'd be good for people who either make music or are really into music and want to hear each individual instrument, the bass, all that sort of thing. Those headsets are better than gaming headsets. So why spend all the money for gaming headsets when you could spend similar or potentially less for just a proper headset that has nothing, that has no correlation to gaming, and call it good, right? So that's probably, if I were to get another headset, that's what I would do, but that's probably what I am going to do with my earbuds. So I don't really want to do another sprint race, to be honest. Not that they're bad, they're fun, but I really like circuit racing personally, so I'd like to do another circuit. Having said that, though, I was rather surprised that I had any tarmac, well, any of the road racing races left. I thought I did them all, so it doesn't surprise me that I only have these sprints left. But in any case, I will see you all in the next and final sprint race. I would, but I haven't filmed all that stuff yet, so my teleport's on free, and as a result of that, you know, I win $7,000 in the races. Well, that'd be essentially half just to teleport. It's not a good way of making money. So, to do that, better not make me come back up. Okay. Alrighty, everyone, we are back for the I don't even know, Aerodromo Sprint. We've moved up to A class, actually, with the G generation BMW M2. I've actually seen one of these in person. I'm mixed. I don't hate it, but I'm still more of, I definitely like the M2 better than this. And I still like the 1M better than this. Dynamically, this might be better than both of those cars, but it's just so... Ooh. Okay, I did not break in time. I was just a solar cars. I like those other cars better. Partially for their size, because they're smaller. I think this is actually, like, genuinely as long as a Viper. But mostly due to the proportions, because BMW gave this car a very weird set of proportions, and it all has to do with its side profile. They gave it a very long hood, and wow, this car has some very strange brake bias. It's very rear biased. Anyway, they gave it some very strange proportions. They gave it a very long hood, a very, like, weirdly long dash to axle. And here's the thing, I like that in a lot of cars. Like, the Viper is literally my favorite car ever. Not least of which because of the fact it has a classically long dash to axle. But with this car, it looks like it was meant to be shorter. And then BMW just decided, because they could, to make the front end really long. They wanted to, so it's almost disproportionately long compared to the rest. I'm just used to the M2 having a very balanced body style on the 1M, so this getting a more Z4-esque profile in terms of how long the dash to axle is, not personally a fan. It is pretty brisk though. Damn. I knew I should have cut up the inside more, or try to hold on around the outside to see if we can outbrake into this corner here and still make it. Good. We're getting very sideways. Do not undercut me. Probably thought about it. Couldn't make it happen. Here we go. Not doing too bad. Not having any audio. Oh wow, such tall gear ratios. Or the gear ratios aren't very tall, it's just the spread is wild. Once again, not dissimilar to my own car. Like, the spread between second and third is massive in my car. And it's weird because, so, first and second is a big spread, which kind of makes sense. Second still pulls good. But then second to third, still, I did not see the fact that was red at all. But then second to third is still a massive spread, and I wish it was tighter, because then fourth isn't a huge spread. There's still a gap, but it's not massive, so it feels like second either needs to be taller and go and have more miles per hour before you hit the red line. No, that's pretty much the only way to fix it. So we got third then? Let's try that again. Yeah, but second and third in my dark is just a little strange. Just like how second and third is, again, has a surprisingly big gap here as well. Regardless, though, I think we've gotten the hang of this car a little, at the very least. I'm not going to be caught off guard by the fact it's actually kind of tail happy. Gotta be very gentle on the throttle here. Gotta be relatively tight right hand. We got this very BMW field right now outside of that Mercedes. It's blocking me on the inside. Could you just get out of the way? Thank you. Not taking any corner speed over there. Okay, massive understeer. The M5 is coming back. They call that the F80, I believe, is the chassis code designation for that era of sliding a lot. Get on the power. What's interesting about this car being in a relatively similar class as the E90 M3 is the fact that if you watch CarWow, a lot of these modern BMWs are ridiculously faster than what, almost a 20-year-old car now. Actually, I think it is 20 years old. Oh, I don't like that. But yeah, these modern BMWs with their turbos and modern motor engineering, insanely faster. And a lot of that does come down to being all-wheel drive, yes, but not all of it. They just make their power in such a different way to the NA cars. I'd still take the E92 over this. I'd take the 1M over this. But as far as racing is concerned, my point is that I should absolutely be on the bumper of that E92. Like, this shouldn't even be a challenge. But it is a challenge. And understeer. I love it! I stand it. Alright, brake. Downshift twice. I really don't want to have to put my headset on, but this might be a race where I have to put it on, even if temporarily, just so I can hear what the car is doing, where I'm losing traction. what gear I need to be in, all that stuff, because, yeah. One more restart. Alrighty, well, we finally won that race. Well, I say won, actually we didn't, we got second. So we'll have to come back to this one later. Ah! God. But, yeah, not having sound. Not having sound, very difficult. Lost to the I-4? Oh, we're definitely coming back for this one. Hell, we'll do that in the next video and beat this one, because that is unforgivable. We are not losing to an electric car. Nope. Not gonna happen. In any case, though, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Please make sure to hit the little notification bell and then all notifications. That way you're notified every time I upload. I will see you all next time.